given the state of the NFC East right now, you guys can really put yourselves in a good spot with a win against the Giants. Is that how you guys are approaching this?
Well, this early in the season, every week is a chance to put yourself in a good spot. It wouldn't really matter how the other teams are doing because this early in the season, so much can happen. So we know that a road win here against New York will be very, very important, and we're working this week with that in mind.
Obviously, a challenging game last year when you faced them. They have a brand new defensive coordinator. What are the differences from last year, this year in the Giants?
You see a lot of pressures now. You see them doing a lot of different coverages and fronts and looks, and they give a good variety to throw at you. They don't have very many tendencies, and so they'll keep you, keep you guessing. And they do a good job with that, and got some good players. So it'll be a good challenge for us in a short week of preparation, and we've got to maximize our time.
Kirk, how has Perry Fuel been able to help you in terms of helping you with schemes and with personnel?
Yeah, the scheme's different, but certainly he knows a lot of the players and can offer some input as to their strengths, weaknesses, and what they can offer, and it'll be helpful to gain his insight.
Kirk, they have Odell. You have a guy when he's healthy like Deshaun. How different is it throwing to a premier guy like that as a quarterback, where he might not look open, but if you give him a chance, he's going to make a play?
You got good players in any position. It makes a big difference, and they certainly have them, and we feel like we do too. And you try to let your best players shine and give them a chance to be successful, and that's what play callers and myself as a quarterback are trying to do.
Kurt, you guys on third down have been very good. What's the difference, do you feel, for yourself, even on that down? Do you feel different? Is it just a matter of confidence? Why the success so far, do you feel?
Yeah, I think it goes back to all the way to last season, just learning and growing through opportunities. Every time you're out there, it's a chance to get better. And even when things didn't go well last year, I always said I'm learning, I'm getting better. And I think that I worked hard this offseason to improve in third down. The coaches worked hard and made it an emphasis that we'd improve in that area. And it's still very early, but certainly an area that we want to continue to be strong in.
Where do you feel you're better at in that area?
I think in all the things that make up third down, whether it's understanding concepts, reads, coverage recognition, blitz protections, pickups, footwork, ability to move off schedule, overall confidence, all the things that affect the quarterback's play on third down have improved.
And finally, I don't mean to hog the mic here, but the last thing, there were a couple of times the other day where you may not convert a first down, but you're preventing, I think the one to Jordan, it's third and long, you're staying out of a sack, getting it down. How important is that on that down?
Yeah, I think it's important to realize that defenses know it's third and long too, so they're going to cover, deep and cover the chains, and so their goal is to not let you get that completion to move the chains, but they're going to allow you a completion underneath. So it's all about the old adage, take what the defense gives you. Obviously, you want to take the shot when it's there, but never force it, and that's a balance that quarterbacks have to walk as long as they're playing the position is when do I push it down the field and when do I take the check down, and the ones who are really good are the ones who are able to make those decisions at a high level.
Kirk, do you like the short week? Coming off a win, you can get maybe back-to-back wins. Do you like this setup, or is it difficult?
I guess you just do what you're asked to do. I don't really want to talk about whether I like it or don't like it. I just think that it's about doing what you're asked to do at all times. And this week we're asked to play on a Thursday. We're going to go out and do it.
What did you learn about the short week doing it last year, and what you need to pack into this time to be successful?
Well, it's important to recover, get good rest, but at the same time, you need to maximize your time and prepare and go through scenarios and watch as much film as you can and talk through concepts. So there's probably a little more that needs to be done when we get to New York than usual when you travel, because when you travel, by then a lot of your preparation has been wrapped up and you can kind of start to relax and rest. But being that we have such a short week, I think when we get to New York, I'll still be wanting to go over stuff. And then Thursday all day in the hotel, we'll have a lot of time to review and go over and run through some things just mentally, more probably than I would on a normal game day.
Is there a point where you want to cut it off, though? It's cramming right.
Right. Yeah, it's always a balance you want to find, and the longer I play, the better I'll know where that balance is for me. I think part of being a young player is figuring that out. But when you have a night game, you have so much more time during the day than a 1 o'clock kickoff, and that's time that you want to understand how to best use it to be ready for the kickoff.
Kirk, last year against the Giants, basically exactly a year ago, was a pretty rough outing. What do you remember from that game, and how are you different now than what you were last year?
Sure. Well, I'm a different player. I feel like I've improved, but partly because I went through those experiences and learned from them. I remember it being, I think it was 24-14 in the third quarter. We had just scored to come out of the half, made it 24-14, and we were right there. And then the turnover started to pile on. And, I learned that when you get down and you want to get back in the game, you can't get it all back in one play. It's better to to take what they give you and punt, and sure, maybe you're not going to come back as quickly, but at least you're not turning the ball over and giving them an even greater chance of pulling away. So the lesson of patience and just taking what they give you. But, for 2.5 quarters of that game, I thought we played pretty good football on the offensive side of the ball. Could have done some things better and moved the ball on third down, but we did some good things, and I think there were some more positives from that game than the narrative kind of was written.
Now, as far as understanding, recognition-wise, do you feel sharper this year than what you were last year, or is it more so just patience, confidence, and things like that?
Yeah, I think overall I'm recognizing things better. I still have a long ways to go, and it's a process. With a new coordinator for the Giants, the recognition is different than what it was last year. So it's not so much, being familiar with them from last year isn't going to carry over to this year quite as much. But I do feel like I'm another year advanced as a quarterback, and, another year from now I'll be even better.
Not to harp on that game, but I want to take a look at third downs in that game.
Sure.
I'm just kidding. But to recover from that game, did it take a little bit longer because it is it's a primetime game, national TV, and it was a tough game for you.
Right.
Did it take a little bit longer, and how long, and what helped you kind of move past that?
Yeah, I think it was a tough one. I hadn't really thrown 4 interceptions in a game before that I can remember, and so it was a first-time experience for me. And, it was frustrating. It was difficult. We had come off a tough loss against the Eagles, and then the loss to the Giants was tough. So faced some adversity, and, ultimately I believe it's made me stronger as a quarterback, as a player, as a person, and, I'll use all that hopefully to help me as a quarterback this season.
Darrell was just saying how Thursdays haven't been the best of luck as a team, not just the personal frustration you might have had last year or for yourself in adversity, but as a team. And even this Sunday, networks ruling you guys out for winning that game. How, as a leader of that whole locker room, do you think right now that the emotions are already for a divisional game, but given the history with Thursdays and just where the team is at right now?
We're excited. We're a 1-on-1 football team with a chance to go to 2-1, a chance to take a step forward in our division, a chance to, get a win against a division rival on the road. What a great opportunity, great challenge, and we need to have an outstanding couple of days of preparation left to be ready for that challenge.
Kirk, on the fourth quarter scoring drive the other day, did you feel it seemed like that was kind of the one spot where the Rams had started to put pressure on you guys? Did you feel that urgency? Did you feel that necessity to kind of go out there and keep that drive going and score and finish that game off? Did you feel any of that at all? And how did you kind of handle that when you're in the pocket and trying to process your thoughts?
Yeah, I felt a need to win. I felt the need to move the ball on third down. I felt the need to go and score there, and fortunately we were able to do it. And, they did present some challenges, brought some pressures, and have had, success getting home and have some good players. But was pleased with the way we executed, and it took all 11. It takes all 11 on a drive like that to make plays and find ways to get it done. And, was pleased with what we did. And the main point is we got to keep doing it. We got to make it a consistent theme that we're able to do that as opposed to just one time and done.
Kirk, this is your first time as a pro where a coach has actually declared you a starter for the entire season. What kind of difference has it made for you knowing, I can mess up and ride the mistakes out, and it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to the bench?
I don't know that it makes a huge difference. I think, in this league, there's so much expectations and so much attention and scrutiny that, whether you're the solidified guy or you're, trying out, you have to prove yourself. You got to go out and play well to stay in this league, and you're being evaluated every play. I feel like every play has a chance to change your life. So I don't know that I suddenly feel this just ease and this peace that comes from coach telling me that it's my team. But, I understand what's at stake, and I'm excited for the opportunity. And like I've said from the day I was named a starter, it's a great opportunity, and I want to make good on it.
All right, I know that, I'm going to be able to ride some of the mistakes out, and if there are bumps, then I'm not the pinch hitter now. I'm actually the cleanup hitter,
Sure. Yeah, it is a good opportunity, and, again, I need to play well enough to make good on it and hopefully be the quarterback here for, more than just this season, for a long time.
Kirk, when you look at your running game and you're running the ball 35, almost 40 times a game, how much has that helped your growth as a quarterback where, maybe it slows the game down for you because you're having more reps on the field?
Yeah, if we can run the ball well, it's going to help anybody. It's going to help, our passing game. It's going to help me as a quarterback. It's going to help our play calling. It's really where you want to start and finish moving the football is on the ground. So, excited that we've made a commitment to it and we've been able to stick to it. And it's a long season, and there's going to be games maybe where it's not clicking. That's part of the process, and it'll be key that when that happens, we can still find ways to move the football and win. But certainly is a great start to the year to be running the ball the way we are.
The East. This is the start of playing that the beast of the East, so to speak. Giants struggling 0-2. You got Philadelphia 0-2, and Dallas right now the team to catch. But this is certainly a big week for your ball club.
Yeah, every week is big in this league. You only got 16 games. You got to make good on them. Usually the difference in winning the division or finishing runner-up or whatever, it could be only a game or two. So every week's important, especially a divisional game, especially one on the road. And when you watch these games, the Giants could easily be 2-0. We know that. They know that. And these games tend to come down to the last 2 minutes and who makes the final play. And so the difference between a team that's 0-4 or 4-0 can be very, very minimal. And so every week you're going to get a serious challenge in this league. And Thursday night will be no different. Thanks, Kirk. All right. Thanks, guys.